Hello everyone, I am your English teacher from Silverwell CBSE School and today we are going to start Unit 4, The Ashes That Made Trees Bloom of Class 7 of English subject. So students, this is a story about an honest and hardworking old couple and their pet dog. The neighbors are troublesome and the dog dies a sad death. The spirit of the dog gives solace and support to his master in unexpected ways. So, let me tell you a short summary of the chapter first. Once there lived an old couple. They had a pet dog, they had no child. They loved the dog as if it were a baby. The dog was called Muko. The kind couple fed the dog with their own forks. In return, the dog also loved them much. The old man was a farmer. Every morning, Muko followed him to his fields. A heron walked in the footsteps of the old man to pick up worms. Like his master, the dog also never harmed the bird. One day, the dog put his paws against the old man's legs. He motioned with his head to some spot behind. To please his pet, the old man followed him. At a little distance from there, the dog stopped. It started scratching the ground. To help his pet, the old man stuck his hoe in the earth. Now there was a pile of gold before him. So the old couple became rich. They gave a feast to their friends and helped their poor neighbors. In the same village, there lived a wicked old man and his wife. They brought the dog into their garden. They set before him good food, but the dog was afraid. He neither ate nor moved. They dragged the dog out of the doors. They walked with him. When they reached a pine tree, the dog began to scratch the ground. The wicked couple was delighted. Both of them dug the ground. What they got was a dead kitten. The couple was very angry. They killed the dog. Then they flung him into the hole they had dug. They heaped the earth over his carcass. The incident of the dog's death reached the ears of its owner. He felt so sad as if he had lost his own son. He went to the place where his pet had been buried. He mourned for a long time. He called him many dear names as if he were alive. That night he saw his dog in his dreams. The dog asked him to cut the pine tree and make from it a mortar. He also asked him to make from that wood a mill. The incident of the dog's death reached the ears of its owner. He felt so sad and he went to the place where his pet had been buried. Then there the dog asked him to cut the pine tree and make from it a mortar. He also asked him to make from that a wood mill. The old man did as he was told. जैसा कि डॉग ने की स्पिरिट ने उसको बताया वैसा ओल्ड मैन ने किया. With much labor, he made a small bowl of the wood. Then he made a long handled hammer of wood. When the new year drew near, he decided to make some rice pastry. They put the boiled rice in wooden mortar. The old man used the wooden hammer to pound the mass into dough. When the pastry was ready for baking, it turned into a mass of gold coins. The old woman took the hand mill and filling it with bean sauce began to grind. The old man then saw that the gold dropped like rain. At this moment, the envious neighbor peeped into the window. He decided to borrow the mill. The old couple readily gave their mill to the neighbor. The man began to pound the rice and the woman began to grind. However, this time the pastry and sauce turned into worms. They broke the mill into pieces to use it as firewood. Now look at the first paragraph, part 1. In the good old days of the daimyos. Daimyos, that means in 19th century Japan wealthy landowners. Daimyos, there lived an old couple whose only pet was a little dog. Having no children, they loved it as though it were a baby. The old dame made it a cuisine of blue crab and ate Mealtime, Muko, for that was its name, would sit on it as snug as any cat. The kind people fed the pet with tidbits of fish from their own chopsticks and all the boiled rice it wanted. Thus, treated the dumb creature, loved its protectors like a being with a soul. Here, in the 19th century Japan, there lived an old couple. Their only companion was a little pet dog named Muko. They loved it as if it were their baby. They gave it pieces of fish and boiled rice to eat. Muko also loved its noble master. The old man, being a rice farmer, जो old man था वो rice farmer था, went daily with hoe or spade into the fields, working hard from morning until Otento-sama, as the sun is called, had gone down behind the hills. Every day the dog followed him to work, never once harming the white heron that walked in the footsteps of the old man to pick up the worms. For the old fellow was patient and kind to everything that had life, and often turned up a sword on purpose to give food the birds. So, the old man was a rice farmer. जो old man था वो rice farmer था, and he worked hard with his spade from morning till sunset. सुबह से शाम तक वो बहुत hard work करता था. Muko followed him every day to the field. It did not attack the white heron bird which used to kill comb-worms. The farmer was kind to all the living creatures, and as the dog was. Now look at the highlighted paragraph. Here I am reading it. One day, the dog came running to him, putting his paws against his legs and motioning with his head to some spot behind. यहाँ पे जो डॉग है वो उसके ऑनर को कुछ दिखाना चाह रहा है. द ओल्ड मैन एट फर्स्ट थॉट हिज पेट वॉज ओनली प्लेइंग एंड डिड नॉट माइंड इट, बट द डॉग केप्ट ऑन whining and running to and fro for some minutes. Then the old man followed the dog a few yards to a place where the animal began a lively scratching. Thinking it was possibly a buried bone or bit of fish, the old man stuck his hoe in the earth, when lo, a pile of gold gleamed before him. So students, here one day the dog came running to its master. It motioned him to some place behind. The old man followed Muko to the place where it began to scratch. The old man used his hoe to dig the earth. He found a lot of gold here. The old couple became rich. और इसी तरह जो old couple था वो rich बन जाता है. They bought land. उन्होंने ज़मीन खरीदी. Hosted a party to their friends and gave generously to their poor neighbors. उन्होंने अपने poor neighbors की भी help की. Thus, in an hour, the old couple were made rich. जो old couple था वो rich बन जाता है. The good souls bought a piece of land, made a feast for their friends and gave plentiful to their poor neighbors. उन्होंने पार्टी अरेंज की और उनके poor neighbors को भी help की. As for the dog, they petted him till they nearly smothered him with kindness. Now, look at the second paragraph. Now in the same village there lived a wicked old man and his wife, not a bit sensitive and kind, who had always kicked and scolded all dogs whenever any passed their house. Hearing of their neighbor's good luck, they coaxed the dog into their garden and set before him bits of fish and other dainties, hoping he would find treasure for them. But the dog, being afraid of the cruel pair, would neither eat nor move. Here, coaxed means persuaded or enticed. So, here I am explaining the paragraph. In the same village, there lived a wicked old man and his wife. They were unkind to all dogs. When they heard of their neighbor's good luck, they called Muko to their garden and offered it fish. They hoped that Muko would find treasure for them also, but Muko refused to eat any fish. The dog took them to a pine tree in the garden. The greedy old fool danced with joy. He began to dig, but he found only a dead cat in the pit. In a fit of anger, he beat Muko to death. You can see then they dragged him out of doors, taking a spade and hoe with them. उनको यहाँ पे ऐसी लालच थी कि उनको भी कुछ ऐसा गोल्ड या ऐसा मिल जाएगा जिसकी वजह से वो लोग रिच बन जाएंगे. But no sooner had the dog got near a pine tree growing in the garden than he began to paw and scratch the ground as if a mighty treasure lay beneath. डॉग ने इस तरह स्क्रैच करना शुरू किया कि जैसे ज़मीन के नीचे कुछ ट्रेजर यानी कोई खजाना छुपा हुआ है. Quick, wife, hand me the spade and hoe, cried the greedy old fool as he danced with joy. यहाँ पे जो ग्रीडी कपल है वो खुशी से पागल हो रहा है कि उनको शायद से कोई ट्रेजर मिल गया है. Then the covetous old fellow with a spade and the old crone with a hoe began to dig, but there was nothing but a dead kitten. उनको यहाँ पे सिर्फ dead kitten ही मिलती है. The smell of which made them drop their tools and shut their noses. Furious at the dog, the old man kicked and beat him to death. जो old man था उन्होंने वो dog को मार दिया. And the old woman finished the work by nearly chopping off his head with a sharp hoe. Then they flung him into the hall and heaped the earth over his carcass. Carcass means dead body. So the owner of the dog heard of the death of his pet and mourning for him as if he had been his own child, went at night under the pine tree. उसी रात को वो जहाँ पर डॉग को दफनाया था उस पाइन ट्री के नीचे जाता है. He set up some bamboo tubes in the ground such as are used before tombs, in which he put fresh flowers. Then he laid a cup of water and tray of food on the grave and burned several costly sticks of incense. He mourned a great while over his pet, calling him many dear names as if he were alive. So here the owners of Muko mourned for their pet dead. They put flowers and water on its tomb. That night the spirit of Muko appeared. You can see in this paragraph, that night the spirit of the dog appeared to him in a dream and said, "Cut down the pine tree over my grave." मेरी ग्रेव के ऊपर जो पाइन ट्री है उसको काट दो. एंड मेक फ्रॉम इट अ मोटर फॉर योर राइस पेस्ट्री एंड अ मिल फॉर योर बीन सॉस. So it asked him to cut down the pine tree over its graves, make a mortar for rice pastry and a mill for his bean sauce. Now look at this paragraph. Here I am reading it. So the old man chopped down the tree and cut out of the middle of the trunk a section about 2 feet long, with great labor, partly by fire, partly by the chisel. He scraped out a hollow place as big as small bowl. He then made a long-handled hammer of wood, such as is used for pounding rice. When New Year's time drew near, he wished to make some rice pastry. When the rice was all boiled, Granny put it into the mortar. The old man lifted his hammer to pound the mass into dough, and the blows fell heavy and fast. Still, the pastry was all ready for baking. Suddenly, the whole mass turned into a heap of gold coins. When the old woman took the hand mill and filling it with beans began to grind, the gold dropped like rain. Here, soon the old farmer made a hollow place in the tree trunk. He with his wife made a hammer of wood for pounding rice. They baked the pastry and suddenly the whole mass changed into gold coins. अब उनके पास जो भी मटेरियल था वो पूरा गोल्ड कॉइन में ट्रांसफर हो जाता है. Meanwhile, the envious neighbor peeped in at the window when the boiled beans were being ground. अब जो ग्रीडी कपल है वो भी विंडो से झांक के ये सब चीज़ें देख रहा है. Goody me, cried the old hag as she saw each dripping of sauce turning into yellow gold, until in a few minutes the tub under the mill was full of shining mass of gold. So the old couple were rich again. जो old couple था वो फिर से rich बन जाता है. The next day the stingy and wicked neighbor came and borrowed the mortar and magic mill. They filled one with boiled rice and the other with beans. Then the old man began to pound and the woman to grind. But at the first blow and turn, the pastry and sauce turned into a fall mass of worms. यहाँ जो ओल्ड कपल के साथ हो रहा है उससे पूरा ऑपोजिट जो ग्रीडी कपल है उनके साथ हो रहा है. स्टिल मोर एंग्री एट दिस, दे चॉप्ड द मिल इनटू पीसेस टू यूज एज फायरवुड. So here the jealous old neighbor noticed bean sauce turning into gold. The old couple were rich again. So the neighbors also did the same. उनके neighbor ने भी वैसा ही किया. बट दैट पेस्ट्री एंड सॉस टर्न्ड इनटू वॉर्म्स, लेकिन उनके जो सॉस और पेस्ट्री थे वो वॉर्म्स में टर्न हो गए. दे डिस्ट्रॉयड द मिल बोरो फ्रॉम द ओल्ड कपल एंड बर्नड इट. उन्होंने जो मिल थी वो उसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया और उसको जला दिया. नाउ लुक एट द फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ ऑफ पार्ट 2. नॉट लॉन्ग आफ्टर दैट द गुड ओल्ड मैन dreamed again, and the spirit of the dog spoke to him, telling him how the wicked people had burned the meal made from the pine tree. Take the ashes of the mill. जो ग्रेडी कपल ने उनकी मिल उसको जो डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया है, तो वापस से डॉग ने जो ओल्ड कपल था उनके ड्रीम में आके बोला कि तुम उसकी एशेस ले लो. टेक द एशेस ऑफ द मिल, स्प्रिंकल देम ऑन द withered trees, and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. So here the good old man had another dream. The spirit of their pet dog told him to take the ashes of the mill and spread it on the withered pine trees. Withered tree, that means bare and dry. He assured him that they would bloom again. Now the old man awoke and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace, in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. From time to time they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze from some bits of the mill, while behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. Here the old man brought some ashes of mill, and the good old man humbly asked for the ashes. जो गुड ओल्ड मैन है वो एशेस के लिए उनको बोलता है. तो द covetous couple turned up their noses at him and scolded him as if he were a thief. They let him fill his basket with the ashes. So on coming home the old man took his wife into the garden. It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. उनकी जो फेवरेट चेरी की ट्री थी वो bare यानी ड्राई थी. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. The news of this filled the village, and everyone ran out to see the wonder. Here the old man brought some ashes of mill. He spread a pinch of it on the cherry tree. The tree was covered with the blossom. The greedy wicked couple gathered the remaining ashes of the wooden mill. ये देख के ही जो ग्रीडी कपल था उन्होंने बाकी की जो एशेस थी वो कलेक्ट की जो वुडन मिल की थी. एंड यू कैन सी हियर द covetous couple also heard the story. जो लालची कपल था उन्होंने ये स्टोरी सुनी. एंड gathering up the remaining ashes of the mill kept them to make withered trees blossom. The kind old man, hearing that his lord the daimyo was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him. Taking his basket of ashes as the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the wayside. So here the wealthy landlord of the village was to pass by that road. जो विलेज का वेल्थी लैंडलॉर्ड था वो वहाँ से गुजरने वाला था. According to the custom, all the people had to shut up their high windows. Nobody was allowed to look down on lordship. Here look at this paragraph. Now in the days of the daimyos it was the custom, यानी कि एक बिलीफ थी, when their lord passed by, for all the lower people to shut up their high windows. They even pasted them fast with a slip of paper so as not to commit the impertinence of looking down on his lordship. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. Prostrate, that means lying on the ground face downward. अपना फेस नीचे रख के ग्राउंड पे बैठ जाना. So nobody was allowed to look down on lordship. They also knelt upon their hands and knees until the procession passed by. A tall man marched ahead asking the people to get down on their knees. यहाँ पे जब ये प्रोसेसन निकल रहा है तब सबको ग्राउंड पे अपने फेस डाउनवर्ड करके बैठ जाना होता है. Now the train drew near. One tall, competent man marched ahead, crying out to the people by the way, "Get down on your knees." ये सब लोगों को कमांड दे रहा है, get down on your knees, get down on your knees, and everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. जब तक प्रोसेसन वहाँ से गुजर रहा है तब तक सब लोग नीचे बैठ जाते हैं. Suddenly the leader of the van caught sight of the aged man up in the tree. He was about to call out him in an angry tone. But seeing he was such an old fellow, he pretended not to notice him and passed him by. So when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, the old man taking a pinch of ashes from his basket. यहाँ पे जो old man है वही वहाँ पर अपनी बास्केट में से ashes की थोड़ी सी क्वांटिटी लेके scattered it over the tree, पूरे ट्रीज पे स्प्रेड कर देता है. इन अ मोमेंट इट बर्स्ट इनटू ब्लॉसम, और वो जो ट्री है वो एकदम से ब्लॉसम हो जाती है. एंड द लैंडलॉर्ड गॉट आउट टू सी द वंडर. ही थैंक द मैन, ऑफर्ड हिम प्रेजेंट्स एंड ऑल्सो इन्वाइटेड हिम टू द कैसल. ये जो लैंडलॉर्ड है वो ओल्ड मैन को प्रेजेंट्स भी ऑफर करता है और उसको खुद के कैसल पे आने के लिए इन्वाइट करता है. नाउ you can see the delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped and got out to see the wonder. Calling the old man to him, he thanked him and ordered presents of silk robes, sponge cake, fans and other rewards to be given him. उसको बहुत सारी गिफ्ट्स मिलती है. He even invited him to his castle. So the old man went gleefully home to share his joy with his dear old wife. अब old man है वो वापस अपने हाउस पर जाकर अपनी वाइफ के साथ ये सारी चीज़ें शेयर करता है. Now look at this paragraph. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, जो greedy neighbor है उसने इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में सुना. He took some of the magic ashes and went out on the highway. उसने भी वो ashes लिए और हाईवे पे निकल गया. Then he waited until a daimyo's train came along and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, नीचे बैठने की बजाय he climbed a withered cherry tree. वो चेरी ट्री के ऊपर चढ़ गया. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree, which did not change a particle. The wind blew the fine dust in the noses and eyes of the daimyo and his wife. उन्होंने जैसे ही ये ashes की पिंच डाली तो जो ट्री थी वो ब्लॉसम नहीं हुई, लेकिन उसकी ऑपोजिट चीज़ें होने लगी. Such sneezing and choking, it spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession. The man whose business it was to cry, "Get down on your knees," seized the old fool by the collar, dragged him from the tree, and tumbled him and his ash basket into the ditch by the road. Then beating him soundly, he left him for dead. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud, but the kind friend of the dog dwelt in peace and plenty, and both he and his wife lived to a green old age. So here, when the greedy neighbor heard of it, he also took the magic ashes to the highway. He waited until the landlord's train came along, and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, सबके साथ बैठने के बजाय he climbed a withered cherry tree. When the landlord was directly under him, he threw handful of ashes over him, but the tree showed no change. The dust rather blew into the nose and eyes of his lordship. The man who was escorting the lord dragged the greedy man from the tree and threw him into the ditch. He also beat him soundly. The greedy man thus died in the mud. The kind owner of Myuko lived happily to a green old age. जो म्यूको के ऑनर थे, काइंड ऑनर ऑफ म्यूको लिव्ड हैप्पीली, वो खुशी से रहने लगे टू अ ग्रीन ओल्ड एज. नाउ हियर वी हैव completed our chapter. Read and revise it once again. Thank you.